I'm Adrian Holland, and this is really So What Is the Point of Here? And it's Sunday, and yes guys, I realise I look a little bit rough and a little bit worse for wear, but in there's a lesson for all of you. When you're ordering your meds, double check the list. Make sure that you order all of them, because Sod's Law says the one you forget is the one that you really need this weekend. So I've had a bit of a rough weekend, but we are at Sunday. And as promised, Sunday is Spoons Day. Excuse the cheap and nasty bits of tap, but there you go, that's the way I am. 2003, Christine Misteritino wrote a fairly simple little theory called the spoons theory. Now, most of you will have heard of it, most of you have probably used parts of it to deal with certain aspects of your life. All I can say to anybody is, please, before you start to use any aspects of the theory, please go to Wikipedia, type spoons theory in, and read the first 3 paragraphs, just 3. Because trust me, really, that is it in a nutshell. That is all you will ever need, and that's the only relevance to what you're suffering from that you can ever really lean on. It's meant to be a simplistic way of using everyday items that your audience would find numerous and dispensable to describe how your energy levels and your motivation levels can let you down, and that you have to be careful about them. And it is as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. It's only meant to be an explanation, a little story you can run to describe, to get across what you're feeling and how you feel most of the time, and how chronic illness can affect you and those around you. What is dangerous is if you read more into it, because if you read more into the story, I'm afraid the story was picked up, and I don't blame Christine in any way, shape or form. I think Christine's idea was to simply put a story across that anybody and everybody could use. But it became, somehow over the years, it became much bigger than that, much more than that, and I hear of people using it as a coping mechanism, if you like. Well, like all good propaganda, it's full of holes, and like all really good propaganda, it highlights certain of those holes in a brush across kind of way, so that you think nothing of them. And I'm afraid that's what Christine is guilty of. Christine is guilty of letting what she was trying to do become so much more, and in that it's become something that can be quite dangerous. I mean, the first thing that I would think of if I was trying to manipulate it into my life is, I'd get up in the morning and I want to know how many spoons I've got to start off with. Because how can I plan my day in any way, shape or form if I don't know how much energy I've got? And I'm afraid if you fall into the mode of what the story tells you, in so much as trying to save 1 spoon for the very end of the day, well, that's really quite dangerous. Think about it this way. As you're growing, as you're young, muscles only develop, muscles only become stronger by stretching them, by trying to do more than they're really capable of, by going past failure. And that's certainly the way that I keep myself going. I look forward to the day, and I'm determined to work towards the day that, yeah, maybe I will never be capable of doing the job and having the career that I had, but I'm determined that I will build myself up to the point where I'm reliable enough to have some form of productive life. Even if it's only part-time, even if it's flexi-time, but I'll make myself reliable enough that I, first and foremost, can rely on on the minimum that I can get in a day, and therefore any employer or anybody I may be working for can rely on those minimum figures. And the only way you do that is by stretching yourself. I don't try to say, yes, I depending on how I feel during the day, as the day goes on, I speed up or slow down. But the goal in my day is always to burn off that last ounce of energy just before I go to bed. Yes, it takes us longer to recover than most people, and yes, sometimes that can mean a couple of days. But as I go through this, I'll give you little tips as to how I'm doing things, be them successful or be them unsuccessful, but please don't lean too heavily on the spoons theory. It is only a method of explanation. The biggest tip that I can give you, the biggest thing the biggest fall down, and I still fall down from it now, and I still catch myself doing it. The best way to attack the day is not to suss out how much energy you've got and how much you can spare. I would suggest the best way to attack any day is to get up, have your breakfast, and then get on with something. Do your planning for tomorrow today, rather than your planning for what you can achieve after you've done this later and later and later, because you will find that, number one, you won't get everything done, and you'll get depressed about it and leave yourself a bigger list for tomorrow and get even more depressed about it. Just plan what you could do tomorrow morning. And if that takes you all day, that's fine, but get up, don't mope about it, don't consider it, don't plan it, just get up and get on with it. And yeah, you may burn your energy soon, you may be done by lunchtime, but at least you'll have used that energy productively. I found myself on numerous occasions sitting down thinking, oh, I don't feel too good today, or I feel really energetic today, what I could do is blah, 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 blah. And then, as is tried to explain in Two Spoons, the mundane things, the planning, the thought processes, the getting ready, are the things that take us by surprise, are the things that stop us doing the things that we're trying to do. So just get up and get at it, live life, that's what it's there for, stretch it, go way past your maximum, do yourself in. Don't be able to get up tomorrow, just be able to see the kids off to school and then chill out for the rest of the day. Who cares? It's your life, it's there for living, live it. If you spend your day working around the Two Spoons theory, then slowly but surely, by saving that one spoon every single day, slowly but surely, you'll get less and less and less done. So you'll actually be regressing and not progressing. Muscles only expand by being stretched, by being worked. Use that as far as your life's concerned, and you may well, hopefully, either expand your usefulness or lengthen your life. Who knows? But try it. It's a beautiful gift. It's there for you. Nobody else can live it for you. So get out there and live it. That's my thought for Sunday. I'll catch you during the week. Oh, by the way, I mentioned this the other day. Look what arrived. Oh yes. There's more opportunity now with the editing software that I've just started playing around with, and with the action cam. Then we can make this a little bit more expansive than me studying talking to a camera. I've been out with the Go Cam and tried talking with people around. It's very, very weird, very surreal, but we'll get there. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great weekend. Have a great start to the week, and I'll see you soon.